It's all about sex.
Yeah.
Anyways, the whole film. It's true.
Well, that was the other
Because
film.
sex sells. So it's all about sex.
Yeah.
And horsey sex.
Sex and horses. Well, there you go.
That's
Let's
sexy.
just talk about
Horses
that.
are sexy.
Horses are sexy, though, don't you think? Like, not in a bestiality
Yeah,
kind of way, but
then what kind of way exactly? What exactly do
I
you
think they're
mean?
empowering. I think people who can,
They are.
well, afford to even own a horse and keep care of one, my God.
Damn, no, it is. It's true. They're pretty sexy. There's like that whole archetype of the dude, coming in on the horse.
The
and
cowboy hat.
Yeah,
It's
we got a bit of that. So it's a sexy film.
There you go. Well, okay, I never really thought I would ever see Lisa Ray on a farm milking a cow. Kind of neat.
Why not?
I don't know.
Pourquoi?
Because you're so glam. I just didn't
I
think
am
that-
so not glam.
What was it like working up there, Northern Ontario? It was a beautiful, beautiful location.
Yeah.
Seriously, the farm element. It's just a little different for you, from what I've seen, anyways.
Well, I grew up in Toronto, and my mom used to take me to way before organic was organic. She used to take me to farms way up north, and we used to go and dig them up, your own onions and stuff like that. So I kind of it was almost like going back to those days or going back to my roots. I've always been, you can't help it when you grow up in Canada, right? You've got this connection with the whole outdoorsy thing. So I totally dug it. Mind you, yes, it did take a little while. There was a transitional period.
Yeah.
Dirt under the fingernails and all of that. But,
But
no,
the
I
cow thing.
actually...
That's kind of...
I
I've never
did
milked a cow.
not milk a
There's
cow.
a scene with you
Did
and a
I?
cow in there, yes. And again, no bestiality involved.
This is why you're supposed to see the film before you talk about it.
No, but just being out there. I'm teasing you, but it was...
Deets.
Now, did you read the book, or were you just handed the script? And
I got the book. I read it afterwards. I didn't want to read it before working on the film because it just that's just sort of how I like to work. Because certain things just get stuck in your head, and then you feel like you're always trying to recreate that your perception of a character as opposed to just using yourself. So no, I didn't read the book until afterwards. But I thought it's a romp. It's great. It's so entertaining.
It's a lot of fun. And also,
I met Brad Smith,
Yeah.
the writer, and actually spent time with him in his little town. And one of the, I don't know if I should say this, but my character Etta is actually loosely based on a neighbor of his.
Oh, okay.
So this real kick-ass girl who's running a farm almost single-handedly. She's married and she has kids, but the farm is her thing. It's her family farm. It's been in her it's been in her family for generation after generation, the last 4 generations.
Right.
And she was fantastic.
Oh,
she
that's
was
neat.
really, really. So I love that. And that's why I love doing what I do. You get a chance to spend time with folks that you may not normally cross paths with,
Exactly. And I was thinking, this is such an eclectic cast. Really, from all over the place. You've got Ernie Hudson and Rachel Lee Cook and Luke Kirby, and then there's Keith. Now, is it Carradine or Carradine? I can never get this right.
You know what? Thank you. Because even I always feel like I'm putting my foot in it.
I think it's Carradine.
Carradine.
I think so. Let's go with that. Let's call him Keith, for argument's sake.
Keith has earned just Keith. He's an amazing man.
He's a dude. What was it like having him around?
I learned a lot just by watching him because he's so down to earth. He's got great stories. He's had incredible life experiences. Jesus Christ, working with Robert Altman, 3-4 times. He's an Academy Award winner for his music. And what was great about Keith is that has got this amazing energy. He would sit in one corner of the set and he had his guitar out and he would just sit there and strum away. And I could never exactly figure out if that was him actually getting into character or that was just his thing. And that's what's beautiful about great actors. It's very seamless. Right. You're never sure exactly where they end and the character begins, and Yeah. So I love that, I'm a vampire. I love being around actors on sets, because I just sort of absorb and suck as much of their
it's great.
creative energy.
How much better can you have the learning experience?
Oh, I know. And Luke is great.
Yeah, I was going to ask about
Luke. Luke is like one of my favorite people. I just love him. He's such a talented actor. Yeah. But he's also really kooky. So I call him Kooky Lukey.
Okay.
With great affection,
I'll make sure when he comes in later, it'll be
he's
Kooky
sexy.
Lukey. cute in this.
He's cute.
Yeah.
See, I told you, it's all about sex.
It is, and that cowboy hat really. Do you think it makes a difference when a man puts on a cowboy hat?
Isn't there they mean different things.
Yeah.
Doesn't one of them, it's a signal.
Maybe.
I never quite got into that language, I think if it's position a little bit back, that's like an invitation for sex.
Okay. You and the sex. You just keep coming back to that, don't you?
Sex into it.
You grew up here, and we know that, and then you, of course, moved to India, and you had an amazing modeling career, 10 amazing years of your life.
Not so much amazing as much as surreal and kooky.
I'm sure. I mean,
yeah.
I know there's more behind it than just the, like I said, the glam and all that. There's lots behind the scenes. But then you decided, you know what, I want to become an actor, and you went to drama school for that.
Yeah.
I mean, good on you. Are you enjoying now this side of it? I mean, we've seen you in so many films. Like I say, we'll rename the film festival after you.
So much. No, I think they should. No, definitely. Seriously, my greatest moments have been at TIFF, which is great. Which is why I feel great to be back this year with All Hat and with my other film. Which we'll talk about tomorrow.
We will.
But I'm growing, and I do feel. I mean, it's hard sometimes because you feel so passionately about something that you come across as being very earnest, extra earnest and sincere. Mm-hmm. And I've gone through that, and sometimes you feel a little bit exposed then, because I really, really do feel that acting is such a calling for me, but it's very organic. There's no division in my life. It feeds into my life. My life experiences feed into that, and I'm on a real learning curve now. The reality is I've really only been acting professionally for 3 years, so I'm pretty lucky. I'm really lucky, and I'm grateful for each and every opportunity to stretch myself, and that's what gives me a high. That's where I get my kicks.
Will you work with Deepa again? Have you guys talked about anything? Or?
Deepa is just she's such a special person in my life. She's more like a mentor, a friend. She's so kick-ass. She's the one person I rely on for just straight, no filter kind of advice. Lisa, you should really stop doing these crap films.
Come do some more for me. Really.
I mean, not that she's referring to anything, but no. I mean, Deepa is I'm blessed. I already worked with her in 2 great films. So I don't want to get greedy about it. I certainly hope that we'll be able to collaborate again in the future. But just as I need to stretch myself in other ways, Deepa is obviously on a great streak right now.
Yeah. Oscar, can you believe that movie? What were we thinking when it got nominated?
Surreal. Yeah. So surreal. I still can't believe it, actually. It's kind of cool.
Very cool.
I think it is a cool thing, isn't it, to be part of an Oscar-nominated film?
I think that's fantastic.
That's something
I remember talking to her right after she got the news, and I just was almost crying for her. Yeah, I mean,
she was, up until the actual. But here's the thing: is the actual Oscar ceremony or experience was again such a blur, and that's what I'm trying to understand: how to find a balance between, as I said, you work. You feel so passionately about what you do as an actor, as a director. Creating is such a privilege. And then there's the other side of the business, which is okay, you've got something, and then it becomes a product, and then you have to talk about it and sell it and try and. It's really strange to find that exact balance, and that's actually a bit of a struggle with me. To, like I said, because as an actor, you're always trying to look beneath words. Try and find these moments of authenticity and truth, and then it's very unnatural what we're expected to do, to go out there and just I mean, you want to tom your films, and I'm really proud of both my films this year. But at the same time, you know what I mean? You're standing there, and some journalists really don't give a shit.
Oh, hello.
So what's the film about? So that's why I say sex. It's about sex.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to ask you who you're sleeping with, but you know what? We just run out of time. So thank you. It's always been great. It's always great to talk to you, and best of luck. And we'll see you back in here tomorrow.
Anyways, I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly. You're going to be. Thank you, Lisa.
Thank you.
Okay. We're just going to take.